Okay, so you have seen and watched the video about the menstrual cycle. So let's review the process. So remember, I asked you to take down notes, and let's see if the notes or you take down it correctly. So I hope you understand or understood what was being shown. I think the video is very clear of the details. Okay, so your hypothalamus or your master gland produces gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay. So this GnRH. This stimulates the anterior pituitary gland to release gonadotropins. Okay. These gonadotropins are the follicle stimulating hormones and the luteinizing hormones. Okay. These two hormones, okay, is being released by your anterior pituitary glands. Remember, okay? So again, hypothalamus releases your GnRH that stimulates your anterior pituitary glands to release gonadotropins such as follicle stimulating hormones or luteinizing hormones. So what are the function of these hormones? The follicle stimulating hormones, this stimulates growth of the follicles and releases the egg during ovulation. So the function of your FSH is that to stimulate the growth of your follicles that contains the egg. So once it matures, it releases the egg, which is called the ovulation. Okay? So the luteinizing hormone, they stimulate ovulation and the development of corpus luteum. Okay? So when ovulation is done, your luteinizing hormone increases. Okay? Then the container, okay, or the follicles of your egg after the release of the egg develop into a corpus luteum. Okay? Corpus luteum is also known as primordial follicle or Graafian follicle. Okay? Each month, several will mature and only one will mature during ovulation. Okay? This contains estrogen that is being released during ovulation. Okay? So, remember, your menstruation is normal. It's like a indicator that you are a female, right? Okay. So I told you before, estrogen is a hormone that makes a woman woman. Okay? So meaning estrogen remembers it thickens the uterine lining or your endometrium. Okay? Where this lining, if the egg wasn't able to be fertilized or ovule that the egg that did not fertilize, okay, will be sent out of the uterus with the uterine lining. So the shedding of the uterine lining is the mens or the blood that you release during menstruation. Okay, so to maintain after the ovulation or fertilization, if the egg was fertilized by the sperm, your progesterone, which is, I told you, the pregnancy hormone, your progesterone maintains the uterine lining. So, for the fertilized egg to become an embryo or fetus and grow to an infant, it should have a latching, okay, or it should latch to the uterine lining. So, kapag nag-mens ka, wala ng uterine lining, di ba? So, in order to maintain that uterine lining, para kumapit yung ating fertilized egg, kailangan si progesterone. Okay? Anticipates possible fertilization and it also maintains pregnancy. That's why I call this one as pregnancy hormone. Okay? So what is the feedback mechanism? The feedback mechanism, as you watch as the at the last part of the video, if estrogen and progesterone increases in blood vessels, This gives positive feedback to hypothalamus to decrease all other hormones. Okay? But if estrogen and progesterone decreases, okay, it provides negative feedback. So it increases all other secretions. Okay? Understand? So that's what happened on your menstrual cycle. Okay. So the four stages or the four phase of your menstruation is the follicular phase and the luteal phase. So the follicular phase is this the phase for the release of the egg cell from the follicles. And your luteal phase, this is the phase of menstruation. Okay? So commonly 28 to 30 days naglalast ang menstruation. Okay? Normally. Okay? So if you have questions, you can put it on the comment box. Okay. So let's go to the process of fertilization. So the process of fertilization. So as I told you, um, if the egg meets the egg cells in the fallopian tubes, the process of fertilization happens. Okay? Fertilization is the meeting of egg cell and sperm cell. Okay? Also sometimes also known as conception. Okay? So it's the process when the sperm and ovum fuse to form a single cell. So as you can see here, okay, the egg cell during the ovulation was released by your corpus luteum. So this is your corpus luteum, right? So then it will be catched by the fimbriae and it will travel to your fallopian tube. Then it will stay for a few days here. Then it will be met by sperm cell. Then once it is fertilized, it will latch to the endometrium of the uterus. Okay? So ovulation is the monthly release of an ovum, as I told you. Ovum travels to the fallopian tube. If it meets a sperm cell, fertilization happens. The ovum then travels to the womb or the uterus. Uterus walls prepare by becoming swollen by blood. Okay? So to further understand this, watch this video. Okay? Try to check this one. Okay? Watch this video and take down notes again. Okay? So go and watch the video now. So pause this video. Then after pausing it, um, try to click this link and watch the video. After watching the video, try to play this video again for the continuation of our discussion. Okay? Okay. So you're done watching the process of fertilization. So in the video, you learn that the process and how the fertilization happens and the formation of fetus and the embryo. Okay, so have you ever asked yourself how twins are formed? Okay, so there are kinds of twins. Okay, there is a fraternal twin and identical twins. Okay, when we say fraternal twin, these are and similar twin. Sabay sila, okay? Sabay silang pinanganak pero hindi sila magkamuka. Hindi sila magkamukhang magkamuka. For example, one is male, one is female. Okay? Ganun. Pero sabay silang pinanganak. That is what we call fraternal twin. Identical twins, okay? Ito yung sinasabi nating this is what we call the similar twins. They have the same face, they have the same characteristic, they have the same physical attributes, and sometimes, okay, identical twins, nagkakaroon tayo ng Siamese twins, yung magkadikit. Okay? What happens here? So in a fraternal twins, okay, there are two eggs that are released in the ovaries. Two eggs. And it was um, fertilized by two different sperms. Okay? That's why hindi sila yung sabay pinanganak pero magkaiba yung itsura. Okay? Because dalawa yung ova, dalawang egg, then dalawa rin yung separate na nag-fertilize sa kanila na sperm. When we say identical twins, one ovum, okay, and one sperm. Okay? Pero during the fertilization, naghiwalay kagad sila. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nag-form yung two separate na major cells. Okay? So, here, sa identical twins, pag nangyayari naman yung Siamese twins, yung magkadikit, it is when, during the fertilization of one ovum and one sperm, hindi sila fully naghiwalay. Kaya nabuo silang magkadikit. So, yun yung nangyayari. Okay? So, in determining the gender of the baby by the sperms and the egg cells, we all have 46 chromosomes. Okay? 46 chromosomes, so 23 pairs. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Chromosomes are like this one. Okay. This contains your DNA. So I told you before a while ago, this half contains your father's DNA. This half contains your mother's DNA, female. Okay. So these are separate chromosomes. Okay. So this is what we call chromosomes pair. Okay, chromosomes pair. Okay. So this chromosomes pair, okay, as you can see here, we have 23 pairs. 23 pairs. So meron tayong 23 perasong ganito sa bawat cells. Okay? So ibig sabihin, we have 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs. Okay? Intindihan? Okay. So these 23 come from cells, sperm cells, and 23 come from the ovum. Okay? 22 are autosomes or non-sex chromosomes. The 23rd pair is the sex chromosome. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung pang 23rd, ito yung nag-signify ng male or female sex ng bata. Okay? Mother's ovum has only X chromosomes. But father's sperm carries X and Y chromosomes. Okay? So yung etong half ng chromosomes contains X or Y. Kapag female, laging X. So depende dun sa sperm na nag-fertilize sa egg. Okay? Mag-determine kung anong sex ng baby. Okay? So kung parehong X chromosomes, ito, X, then yung isa, X din, meaning the baby will turn out to be female. Okay? But if the other chromosome is X, then ang na-fertilize na chromosome doon sa egg ay Y, the baby will become male. Okay? So, X and X chromosomes are female. X and Y chromosomes are male. Okay? So, once na nag-fertilize na, it will form into an embryo. Embryo is the product of fertilization, last from time of fertilization 0 to 3 weeks. Okay? Then, it will grow into fetus from 8 to 10 weeks up to delivery. Okay? The viability, when we say viability, ito yung capacity or pwede nang mabuhay yung bata outside or when can it be delivered. Fetus can be delivered and capable living outside utero is 20 weeks and above. Okay? 20 weeks and above. Pero I want you to research. I have a question later, an activity for you. I want you to research between 6 to 9 months. What do you think is the most dangerous um, preterm delivery? Or between 6 to 10 months, doon sa apat na yon, o sabihin na natin 7 to 10 months, 7 to 9 months rather, doon sa tatlong yun, saan yung um, hindi magandang i-deliver yung baby na preterm? Okay? So that will be my question later. So I want you to research for that. Okay? So that is what we call the viability. Fetus can be delivered and capable living outside utero or uterus. When we say gravidity, number of pregnancy regardless of outcome. So kung ilan na yung pregnancy ng nanay. When we say parity, the number of pregnancy that reach the age of viability, regardless of the pregnancy outcome, should be delivered. So ito, ibig sabihin, ilang pregnancy, parity, nabuhay, dineliver. Okay? When we say nulliparous, okay, nulliparous has been pregnant before, pregnancy has never been, okay, sorry, has been pregnant before and reached the age of viability. Okay? When we say primigravida, first pregnancy, primigravida or primigravida, first pregnancy. So those who are primigravida or mothers, first-time mothers, ito ay medyo sensitive. That's why hindi sila pinapanganak sa mga lying-in, dapat hospital. Okay? So nulligravida is what we call has never been pregnant. Okay? Never been pregnant. Okay. So for prenatal development, for example, ito kasi, when we say gravity G1P1, so G is gravidity and P is what we call parity. Okay. So for example, si mother ay nabuntis, first time niya, at hindi pa siya nanganganak, so siya ay G1P0. Okay? Pero, pag si mami ay nabuntis at nanganak at nabuhay ang anak, okay, ang tawag sa kanya ay G1P1. Okay? So for example, dalawang beses na siyang nabuntis, Okay? At meron siyang isang anak na nabuhay, pero yung pangalawang anak niya ay hindi pa ipinanganganak, so meaning buntis pa lang ngayon. So siya ay G1, G2, P1. So stability 2, parity 1. Okay? Pero for example, dalawang beses na siyang nabuntis, pero walang nabuhay sa kanyang anak. So ang formula niya ay G2P0. So tandaan niyo yan ha, G2P0. Okay. So the period of zygote is the first phase of prenatal development, lasting from conception until the developing organism becomes firmly attached to the uterus. So ibig sabihin, zygote, fertilization, hanggang kumapit siya doon sa uterus. The period of embryo is the second phase, lasting from 3rd to the 8th prenatal week. Okay? Then fetus na ang tawag sa kanya sa 3rd phase, lasting from the 9th week until ipanganak. Okay? So yan yan. Okay. So I'll stop my video here, okay? Because I want you to do the activity on stages of pregnancy that you need to submit later. Okay? So please check um, the one that I posted and follow the instructions and submit it to me within the day before lunch. Okay? So kailangan yung matapos siya before lunch. Do activity on stages of pregnancy. Okay? So after we are done here, we're going to continue the management of labor, okay? Until post-labor management that you need to know or you need to understand after labor. Okay? So again, I need you to make the activity on the stages of pregnancy until labor, including the signs and symptoms. Okay? The signs and symptoms of the labor. Okay? So I'll stop this and submit your activities after. Okay? So after you submit your activity, after you submitted your activity, continue our discussion um, with this one.